Do you have too many chefs in the kitchen when it comes to your probate? Hi everybody, Derek Christensen here. I wanted to talk to you today about co-executors in a probate, what they are, how they work, and why I'm not a huge fan of them. So before I dive into that, you can actually find me at my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. If you have any questions about this or anything else, let me know. So with that, let me dive right in. Co-executors are going to be two people or more who are able to act in the name of an estate. So more specifically, executors are the ones who are splitting everything up, selling stocks, transferring assets over here, doing whatever the will says. The will is going to tell the executors how to act, what to do, and exactly who gets what, the beneficiary specifically, which beneficiaries receive what. So that's great and everything, but you can actually have more than just one executor. And those are called the co-executors. So my problem with co-executors is that oftentimes they create more of a hassle than they actually fix problems. So more specifically, we're going to have two people try to figure out everything. And I don't know if you've ever had to schedule a meeting or a dinner with 4 friends at the same time, but it gets really complicated really quick for no good reason. And it's the same thing with co-executors. Co-executors are going to have to agree on everything. They're going to have to sign documents together. Some banks are going to say, hey, we need both of you to come in to, sign a transfer or whatever. And at the end of the day, it just creates a lot of logistics that I'm not a huge fan of. Additionally, co-executors, if they don't get along, everything gets frozen in place. So sometimes it's nice to just have one person in charge. They cut right through the fluff and they make sure that whatever the will says actually happens. If you have co-executors and they disagree, everything gets frozen in place, the beneficiaries are unhappy, you're unhappy from beyond the grave, and at the end of the day, the co-executors might actually not like each other once everything is said and done. So you can have co-executors. I'm not telling you you cannot, but I recommend against it because at least in probate, it's already long enough. It's already painful enough. You want to just get everything done smoothly and quickly as possible. And to have one guy who just kind of cuts through all the fluff and make sure that everything happens as it's supposed to happen is oftentimes much more efficient and cheaper in the long run than having multiple people. If you do appoint co-executors, I would strongly recommend that you work with an attorney to make sure that you phrase things correctly. What happens if they disagree? What happens if one of them wants to drop out? What happens if you, need to figure something out and do you have a unanimous vote? Do you have just a majority vote? How does the whole system work between multiple parties acting as executors together? So oftentimes people pick co-executors when they're trying to have checks and balances on each other. Again, pros and cons to everything. Sometimes you do need that. Most of the times I would argue you don't. And that's the same thing for co-agents and co-anything in any of the estate planning documents. So that's my thought on that. Again, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. It's optional. I just don't recommend you exercise that option. So if you have any other questions on that or anything else, you can email me directly, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me at my website, www.legionlawpllc.com. You can go to our Contact Us page, schedule a call directly, a free consultation directly onto my calendar, and we can talk from there. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.